Yes, Soumya, you can start.
Okay, we'll start with the opening prayers. So we'll tell Disha Dina join Adra, Ashwini. Yeah, I think yeah, Disha Dina also join. Okay. Jana Satvik, you'll tell the opening prayers today. Guru Brahma Vishnu.
Okay, ma'am. Guru Brahma, Gururvishnu, Gurudevo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
So welcome all of you. Um, so last class we actually introduced to the different techniques of using the oil crystals. Okay, there is blending method which we started, and last class we did blending method, overlaying method, okay, engrave method. So all of you have the yeah, you can see Myra also joining. All of you have the oil pistils with you, right? Okay. So what we'll do, we'll continue with the different types of merging and blending technique using oil pistils. Yeah. So good. I think last time I gave an assignment like how we can actually use the oil crystals and create the 3D shapes that we had learned in pencil sketch. So basically the cube, right? So I had given an assignment where there was a cube and the shadow of the cube is created, and we'll use oil pistils, various oil pistil colors to create that shadow effect. Okay, so I got only few children assignment. Okay, not from everyone. I can understand there could be some tests or something like that going on in your school, but make sure you submit the assignment on time, because this is something which you will learn by yourself, which is not taught in class. You will try to do it yourself, right? And that's where you get a lot of ideas. When you start doing it yourself, you will think, okay, should I use this color, should I use that color, and then once you start using it, you will get that experience, okay, by doing it yourself. Then it will be more fun. Okay, one is you will enjoy doing it yourself, and then second is you will have a lot of questions, right? So that questions I want you to ask me in the class, so that it will be helpful for others also. Okay, so I got, yeah, so assignments I have given the feedback also, like how it can be improved, but very well done. I'm very happy that you people are doing the assignments and submitting it on time. There are few kids, I can understand there's some exams are going on. So, but I appreciate if not on time, do it and send whenever you have time. But make sure you do it, okay? Because those are very important things. Because I don't cover those assignment things in the class. Okay, because I'll be going forward. Assignment will give you a different view and different experience for you to learn more. Okay, so good. Okay, in terms of completing the assignments, other children also should follow up. Okay, and complete it as well. Okay, so let us continue with the um, different type of blending techniques, merging, okay, and different type of hatching method that we had learned in pencil sketch, but we will do it in the oil crystal system. Okay, so last time you had that book or pens or page where you had actually done. Take that page itself. You can continue with it. Okay, you don't have to draw again some rectangles. You can just continue with it itself. Okay. I'll just fix the camera to this mode. Let me know once you people can see the screen. Okay. Okay. So in last class, what we did the blending method, right? We did the blending method. Okay. And then we used different types of, what do you say, tool. Okay. Tool for blending. One is like we used cotton. Then we used paper pencil kind of a thing, which is called the paper roll smudging tool. Okay. And even used tissue paper. Okay. So in different ways, we were able to see the difference, like, the way it is used for blending and how smooth it can actually blend. In terms of cotton is much better, even the tissue paper also, but tissue paper is a little hard. So the smoothness what you get is good in terms of cotton. Okay, for us. So you can use a cotton earbud. You've seen that earbud, right? They'll have the cotton at the tip. It's a plastic pipe and then cotton will be there. So you can either use it directly or you can prepare your own cotton bud and then you can use it for smudging. Okay. And then we saw even the overlaying method. Overlaying method, it is something like you have two colors. Okay, just a recap of last class. So we have two colors, but what we will do, we will see how yellow is put first and then we are putting green. So the background yellow is still seen. Okay, and here you're not going to use any smudging or blending this one. You just leave it as it is. This will give you a different texture. So for different type of scenery or grass, some rough kind of a grass you want to use, you can use this kind of a technique. Okay, and here I have used dark green. First I have used dark green and then a little bit of there is a combination, little bit of blue has come out. Okay, in terms of blue and green that I have tried here. Okay, so this is also an overlay method. Then we did here, which is actually engraving method. So hope you have written the name on that so you'll not forget. So engraving is, again you will use two colors like a overlay itself. So first I have used a lighter part of the that is I've used orange, light color. Okay, it's an orange will be a secondary color. Okay, and then on that I'm putting a tertiary color which is brown. Okay, so what is happening? If you do any kind of engraving on this, so we have used something called as like lines here. We have just did like lines. We have just scratched it here, and then what you see that orange is also there. Okay, from shown from the behind, then there is a brown also, and then then if you want to do some patterns also you can do. So we'll just bring it little more closer. So you can see this pattern kind of a thing. There is some kind of a pattern, round, round, round. So which I have tried to engrave. Then you can see these lines also. Okay. So you can do this engraving method. This is also very famous when you do for an oil pastel work because you want to show some textures, right? You can easily show this kind of texture. If you want to show some wood log texture, so you can do this overlay method and then you can actually kind of engrave on that original color, orange color will be shown. Okay, it will be seen from behind. So after doing that overlay method, okay, one color on the other color. Overlay means one color, upon that you're putting another color. And then you're doing some engraving to show the texture. Okay, this is one method of technique which we completed last class. Okay. Now, this class, what we will do, we will use the hatching method, the same what we did for a pencil sketch, okay, hatching method. So you can use some darker colors here. Okay, use some darker colors, like probably black also is fine, or dark brown is fine. Okay, this is quite dark brown. Okay, I'm taking a dark brown. So when we do this hatching method, we know hatching, right? Hatching, when we do, either it is cross hatching or straight, okay, or a combination of vertical and horizontal. Anything you can do. Okay, so what we will do, we are putting parallel lines. These are called as single line hatching. Okay, it's not a cross hatching, but it is a single line hatching. So try to put parallel lines like this. Okay, and then use lighter color. This is hatching. Okay, simple hatching. But what we can do is we can create a very good effect. Okay, when we do a hatching and then we do a cross hatching on top of this using a lighter color. See, I will show you how this thing makes a lot of difference. Use a lighter color on top of this color. Now you will see very closely, you observe, right? Actually, one color on top of the color, wherever it is falling on top of it, right? The color is changing. So that is what the beauty of colors is. When we do just pencil hatching, okay, it's one pencil only. So one top of that you're doing cross hatching. You'll not know. It means you'll not know. Means you just you want it that way. Okay, you want it in some places cross hatching. So you're using a pencil sketch, and when you're doing it, you'll do. But when you use colors, see the dark color, right? Wherever there is this dark brown, and then upon that there is that yellow thing is coming. Wherever that brown and that yellow is interacting, it will show to be a different color. Okay, it's not very clearly here seen. If I put a little more, one more layer on top of it, of the yellow color, it would have changed its color. Okay, so this is cross hatching which I'm doing on top of that brown. Okay, don't completely fill it up. There should be space in between. It should be proper cross hatching. So you can see when the thing comes out, right? When the line comes out of the brown, it is yellow color. But when it is actually in between these two, that brown and that yellow, okay, it is turning out to be a little bit of orangish. Okay, so that's the beauty of color, because it's combining with the brown in the background, and the effect what it is showing is a different color. This is pure yellow, okay, but on the brown it is appearing like this. See, so the effect of cross hatching with colors is very good. It's marvelous. Okay, where you can use it for lot of when we draw villages. Okay, village. We want to show something like a hut. Okay, and there is a light which is on inside the hut in the evening time. Okay, so at that time this kind of effect will be really good, because light is coming through the hut, and it gives kind of an orange effect. You will see the brown also, you will see the orange also. You're not just filling it with yellow color. So those kind of effects will be very good when we use the oil pistons, okay, for hatching and cross hatching. So just make a note of it. Okay, write it here. It is cross hatching. All of you able to follow?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we will go to the next method, which is called the linear method. We have completed till here. Okay. So cross hatching is okay. It's not just the same as what we learned in pencil. Okay, it'll give you a different effect. Now we'll go for the linear method. Linear method is also, it's like, it's wonderful when we want to use linear method in terms of when we do something like water, when we paint sea or river. Okay, so the strokes, that whatever color that you use, right, the first stroke that you give, it should be a it should be a bold stroke of line. Bold stroke means, I will tell you how. So use little bit darker color, like mostly for the for the sea kind of region where we use. Okay, you see that waves, right? Rough waves, that kind of a thing you want to show. Okay, so use some dark color itself. Okay, and since I'm showing it more of a river kind of a thing, I'm using a cool color, blue. So blue, use, because it's called a linear. Linear means it is straight. Okay, horizontal straight lines. So use this like this. Boldly, you just put lines like this at random. Don't make it like always this itself in a straight line. Your line, what you draw, that should be straight. Okay, and it can be anywhere. But every time you're giving a bold linear strokes. Linear means straight line like this. It's broken, means it's not like straight line like this. It's broken like this, broken lines. But still it is a straight only. It has to be it has to come out straight. These are linear strokes. They are called as a linear strokes. When we do for painting, we call it as linear strokes. So first put a layer of these kind of bold linear strokes. Okay, it should not be like joining each other, but it should be broken. So you will see how the effect will look like a river in a few minutes. Okay. Now, once this is done, like first you are giving a layer of bold stroke of a blue or a violet. Okay, even dark green also sometimes fine. Okay. Now, on this, okay, to give the effect of waves, the waves will be not always straight, right? It needs to be little curved. Now use a lighter color. Okay, if you've used a dark green, then use light green. So I have used dark blue. I'm taking a light blue. Okay, even purple and violet also is fine. So I'm just using the cool colors only, but first dark shade and then the light shade. So light shade, when you take on top of this, use a curve like this. Okay, it can be curve. Okay, to show that water waves like this curve. You can make your thing curve, or even like this. Some waves are, it comes out like this. It just, first it rises like this and then it flattens. Some waves are very smooth and they curvy type. Some waves little, they rise up like this and they come flat. So you can use any kind of thing like shapes, but it should be a curve. Here it should not be a linear one, linear strokes. Here it should be a curved, wavy thing on top of your linear strokes. Okay. However, this is also, I mean, this is called a linear stroke only, but this is more of a bold linear stroke, which is used for painting or, coloring water, river. Okay. Even sky sometimes. You want to show the rough sky. So first you do the bold approach of putting linear lines, dark blue lines, and then you have to draw the curvy lines, which is more of light color, using light color. So you can name this as the linear method bold. Bold. Okay. Second is linear method, fine strokes. Okay. So use an if your paper or page is done, I would take another sheet because for me this page is over. So again, draw the rectangles. Okay. So you can draw another 2 more rectangles. Okay, which is required to show different method. Okay. Like a window, how we have done before. So basically, you would require like this 3 windows. Okay. So this one, what we learn now, it was bold. Now what we learn, okay, everyone completed that bold one. Completed, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, okay. So this is linear method, fine stroke. Fine strokes. Okay. So in this method, what we will do, this is a pattern where it is more on where we see something like a sponge or the texture is something like hairy, or even sometimes you will have this knotted this, yeah, so usually you see this kind of thing in utensils when when your mother washes utensils, right? That scotch brite what you get, which is used for washing utensils. Okay, those kind of a thing, which is like all tied up, entangled kind of a thing. That kind of pattern you want to create. So how you will do that? Okay, so for that, what we will do, okay, we will use again this method, which is more on linear, and it is called the fine stroke method. Okay, so in this method, first use a curvy stroke. So for this, the color that we are using, you can choose anything. It may not be like light or dark or anything. I'll just take some color, just pink. Okay, just taking pink. And here, because you would have got some idea, like it's a kind of knotted hair, or it's mixed up kind of a thing. So it's more of a curvy kind of a line. So start drawing this kind of a line. Okay, curvy kind of a line. It is all like connected each other, one upon the other. Okay. Now what we'll do, we'll build up this texture by using the overlay method. Again, overlay means one color, upon that you're using another color. So first you're doing this curvy, one upon the, not one upon the other, using the same color. First you're creating this. Now you use another color. You can use little darker than this. So I'm taking red. Okay. Again, you overlay the same kind of pattern. Okay. Same kind of curvy kind of a lines on top of this. This is the overlay. Overlay of red color on this pink. See this from, it looks something like what your mother used to use, like for washing with utensils and all, right? So it is like kind of holding it tight. Those wires are holding it tight to give that effect of that brush. Okay. So this is the method that we use for fine. It's called a linear method, fine stroke. Right? You can use various colors on top of this because it's just an overlay. Okay, so need not be two colors only. Take something else also. See, it looks even more better. Completely different color I'm taking. This is one technique. Now, then another we have, which is a linear method again, but it is more of broad and broken stroke. Next one is same linear method, but it is a different method which is called as broad and broken. See, we will be using all this. It's not just not for you to learn just as a theory. Okay, that you will learn this and then we don't know where it's going to be used. Okay, we'll not leave it like this. We are going to use it in the coloring. It can be coloring picture, or when we're drawing some still life, nature. We should use this. Even you can use it in abstract. In nowadays, abstract abstract painting, whatever, it's become very famous. And you don't have to see any picture or visualize, see anything to draw these abstract painting. It is all, you just do it within that moment. Okay, whatever comes to your mind, you'll start drawing. That is what it is actually started, how it started with the abstract. But there is more deeper meaning to it. Okay, you can actually bring out a lot of insights and meaning in an abstract painting. Okay, only the painter or the author of, not author, the artist, here it's artist, so the artist will know the exact meaning of that abstract painting in most of the cases. But sometimes the artist just does it without thinking. That also can be considered as an abstract art. Okay, so we'll go for the broad the broad and the broken. So broad and the broken is like usually these mosaic tiles and all, right? There is some pattern in it, but it's not very definite. It's not very like, okay, it'll be always curved, it'll be always straight lines, okay, linear, and then overlay, nothing like that. So this is proper, like more of abstract itself. So here what you'll do, you will take any color, okay, and then here it is more of broad, means it's more of thick. Okay, thick lines. It should be more flat lines, thick lines, and it can be of any shape. Okay, any shape, any size. Okay, any size in sense the length of the line I'm saying, but mostly use like very broad. Okay, it should be very broad. It should not be very thin lines. It should not be fine lines, fine strokes. This required a very fine lines. Okay, fine stroke. But here you need very broad. Okay, thick. This is more of broad and broken. They are not straight, they are broken. And then what you can do to give proper definite pattern, you can use another color overlay on this. And these are random, okay? It can be even some dots here and there, want to show, but not too much of dots, because dots will come in another texture method, but here not too much of dots, but here and there you can use random. Okay, here it's more of broad and broken. Okay, so it should be flat broad lines like this, and it is broken. Okay, and then if you feel it's not satisfying, okay, I need something different pattern, I need different color, then you can use something light colors also on top of this, and then you can kind of give a background to it, because this whatever lines you have used, right, broad and broken lines will act as if though it is on top of this. So I'm just using a background color. to highlight this effect. So this is what happens in many of the floorings and all, marble floorings and all, right? They'll have a background different color. On top of that, there'll be some prints. Not prints, but it is some kind of a stone effect, because in all these stones, right, marble stones and all, they are found underground. The stones are found underground, and there'll be natural patterns which is created by earth itself. Okay, so they will dig those stones and then create those marble tiles. Okay, so when they dig the stone, right, when they cut out one layer, this is how actual will be there. Means the patterns are already created within the stone. So they just cut it and they use it for flooring. So this is what we see in even in our house. Okay. So, but the background is actually will uplift the broad and broken lines for you. Okay. If you give a proper background to it, light color background. Okay, that is one technique. Another technique, the last one is, it is called the feathering technique. Feather. So this is one of the favorite. Most of the people, most of the children, okay, anyone, adults also will love this feathering technique, right? So especially when we do peacock flowers, peacock feathers. Okay, so how do we do feathering? Feathering again, it is again lines. Okay, it's pure simple lines only. The way you draw the line and bring more than one or two colors in those lines itself matters. So when we do something like peacock feather, okay, you can use parrot feather also. You can use, I mean, any colors we can use for different birds. Mostly when we remember about feathers, we go for peacock feathers because those lines are very distinct. Okay, so just draw parallel lines very close to each other. Okay. You can do it slant, you can do it straight. It's okay. Make sure those lines are very thin and parallel to each other. I'm leaving some space here, I'm leaving some space here. Okay, purposefully only. Okay, I'll show you why. Because just in the center of this rectangle and box, I'm just showing these lines, fine lines. Try to keep it as thin as possible. Means don't put too much of pressure on the crayon you're holding. Okay, then you will get very fine lines. If you put pressure, you will get very thick lines. So first one layer you put this. Okay, and then take another layer of another color. So I'm using green here. Just try to bring this color. You're not overlaying it, but in between those lines, parallel lines, there are some space. I'm just trying to cover that space, but these lines also should be parallel to each other. Like the green and green should not mix. The green can overlay on the blue, but again, green are the parallel lines. Okay. Don't do full box, just the starting point. Then you take another color, probably light green. Then continue that light green again on like a parallel line strokes from where you had stopped, that dark green. Continue that. Continue means it not be like always straight lines only. They should be just parallel. That's enough. And thin lines. Thin lines. Parallel and thin lines. Then you can use some other color like little more darker purple. End of the thing. So here I'm just showing for this rectangle box. But when you draw a feather, okay, you can show these lines like this. And then when you draw proper feather, okay, these lines should be very clearly shown. It should be parallel lines. That's how even the feather of a peacock is, right? The peacock feather, they are very parallel lines and then very colorful. See how many colors are there when we see now. this one peacock's feather, we have to be able to get those kind of colors in our drawing as well. So there is light, there is dark green, okay, and then there is little bit of blue. You can see this yellow. There's actually green only, light green, and there's a purple which I violet that I tried. So all these colors are showing up, and it will give you a very good effect of a feather. Okay, need not be peacock. You can do parakeets, which are more of green and yellow. Okay, then you can do parrots, which is even more colorful. Okay, parrots are the ones which are found in not in India. So in India, what we see that green color, right? Parakeets. They're called as Indian parakeets. People often confuse it with parrots. Parrots are what we see in some other places other than India, like Singapore. If you go, those are parrots which are very colorful. They have blue, green. They have all different colors in the same parrot. Okay, so those are parrots. In India, what we see, those are parakeets. Okay, which is mostly green, dark green with a red beak, light green with a red beak. Okay. So this actually completes different techniques of our oil pastel method. Okay. So the different methods, we will use all these methods in our class. Okay, when we do it. Okay, I think one more technique it is there. Okay, there's one more technique, children. One more rectangle you can draw. So this is called as a pointism. Pointism. Just draw another rectangle box. So this is the one which I was telling, more of dots. Okay, points means more of dots. So pointism. Pointillism is another technique. So here what we do, we use broad, okay, we use broad dots. See, like this. It's anyway oil pastels, you'll get very broad thing only. Little more pressure you put. It's very easy though. And make the dots or points little broader. This is also one technique which is used in oil pastels. Then use another color for this. Which will not come one upon each other, okay? But it will come as next to each other, which is again points, like dots, which is broad. Okay, flat and broad. This is one more. Okay. This is very easy. I think everyone can do this. These are different techniques of oil pastels. Okay, so now we'll move on to something which is very exciting. Okay, and I think everyone will love to do this in oil pastel. I'll just show you that one. Okay, so hope all of you have followed till here. Okay. Now we will move on to something which is called as 2D designs with oil pastels. Okay, this is something like an abstract art also. Okay, this is something like an it's like an abstract art also, where nowadays it's become very popular and it is quite easy also. So if anyone wants to do very quick yet beautiful, okay, interesting, and still you've got to learn so many things in this. So that is, it's a 2D geometrical art. Okay. So use a new page for that. Okay. Use a different page. So in your drawing book. Okay, all of you have another sheet open now. Okay, this is so interesting for usually for kids that everyone give it for assignment. Okay. God, I just lost this. Hello, am I audible? Hello. Hello, children, am I? Hello, children, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, but your voice is low.
Okay. Is it okay now?
Yes.
Okay, actually, my thing, this one, my phone's battery is down, so I'm just charging it meanwhile. Okay, I'll just share the screen so that you people can start. I may not be able to show you the paper, but I'm just because I'm showing it from the laptop. Okay. Otherwise, we can start off. Okay. One is just share the screen first. Let me know if you guys are able to. in that. Able to see my screen. Okay. Now you're able to see my screen, children. Able to see my screen?
No, ma'am.
Let me just again try. I think it's sharing only the window. You're able to see, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this is something which is called the abstract art. Okay, so here abstract because it has no effect or meaning that you can actually immediately when you see you can understand what is it, whether it's a ball, it's like what is it a wave, is it means we don't see that in our nature, but it still has a meaning. Okay, so that's why it's called abstract. Okay, it's sometimes only the artist can say the meaning, or sometimes it need not have any meaning, but it is done to just even sometimes to relax the mind. Okay, so when you do doodling and all, right, when you do when you actually start uh, learning to write as a small toddler, they'll give you just one page and then just ask you to scribble. Just keep on scribble, scribble. You know why they're scribbling? Actually, there's something that is there in their mind which they're not able to express. Okay, so that's one way they're starting to learn something. Okay, of writing. Okay, how to write, how to hold a pencil, but they're scribbling. Okay, that's also called as a doodling art, which many psychologists and many people they use it to relax the mind. Okay, so this is something of that form. Okay, and this we are using oil pastels and we are doing this. It's very interesting because there is no, you don't have to follow any shape. You don't have to copy this. I don't want you to copy this shape. So you just have to write any random like circles. Okay. So take a dark color pen on a sheet of paper, what you have. If I have my, I could have on this phone and showed you. Let me see. But meanwhile, what I want you to do in your drawing book, right? So just take a dark black color crayon. I mean, this oil pastel. Okay, black color. Draw some random lines. Don't copy this, but this is just an example for you. So just draw random design first. But there should be some space in between. Don't completely cover it off with black lines, okay? So you have to give some space. So what I'm showing is this border thing, what you see, right? This black color. So I want you to draw some random lines first, like this. Okay. I'm able to switch on my camera. I could have shown this. Okay. So all of you are able to do till here, right? Able to do so much, all of you? Okay. Now, what you're going to do? Srijana, everyone are following Myra?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, use different colors which is there in between those lines. So, this is not an overlay method or anything. Okay. So, it is completely random and that's why it's called as abstract. Okay. Let me put my camera on. So, till here, if you have done, I will show you till there. Okay. So, you're able to
I'm hearing music.
So how much you heard? Okay, so what I want you to do is because it's already time, I'll just tell you this is the one which you can finish it. Okay, and this is going to be the assignment. So assignment part, this is a geometric shape. Geometric shape because I'm using scale and again drawing some random geometric shapes. Okay, not a curvy random shape. Okay, it's a geometric shape, but it is which is more of random in nature.
Okay. Geometric shape but random. The same way you're going to do. Okay. The same way once you draw this, highlight it with the black black oil pastel. Okay. Okay, and then draw all the lines with the black pastel, fill it with different oil paint. Okay, so try to finish this and this. Okay, that will be your assignment. Okay, I'll not share anything separately.
The assignment sheet as such. I will not share it like in the assignment part, but I want you to finish these two. Do it in separate page. I just try to put it in the same page, but you do this full entire thing in one page. Okay, and this geometric shape abstract art also in another page. Okay, and then submit it by next class. Okay, with the next class, is very easy assignment. Okay, I'm sure you can do it right away itself. Right away, you can finish it off. Huh? Okay, and then submit it in the assignment section. I'll just put a note. Otherwise, I don't know whether it'll agree to take it in the graphy. I'll just put a note in the assignment section about this. Huh? There you can upload. Okay. Okay, then we will end it. End the session. Any doubts, children, with this? Middle, it was, I think it was on mute. I'm not sure whether people were able to hear me when I showed this doodling part. Any doubt, Disha, Diya?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Fine. So we will end the session. Satvik, will to tell the closing prayers?
Okay, ma'am.
Asatoma Sadgama.
असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ओम.
Yeah, Hari Om. Okay, bye all of you. Okay, finish this and submit it. And also previous assignment, whoever have not done it. So whoever done it, it's really good. Okay, and keep up the time as well. Okay, so see you in the next Wednesday. Okay. Okay, children. Hari Om. Bye.
Bye, ma'am. Hari Om.
Bye.
Bye.
Hari Om. Bye.